Okay, here is my official NaNoWriMo survival kit. I'm excited to share it with you. Take a look. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to go through each one of these briefly. This is after doing some research and seeing what other people have done. May not end up using all of this, but I feel pretty good about it. So, for starters, want to stay well hydrated. So I've got, this is my absolute favorite water bottle, and you notice the big jug behind it and the garbage in the shoe. I'm moving. You guys all have to just be really forgiving. Anyways, I want to make sure that I have water handy to refill my water bottle because I don't want to be having to take a bunch of pit stops to go get water just because I'm thirsty. So I want to have both of those handy so I can just refill if I finish. Next over here, we'll go to these guys. So I've seen this a couple places, but the first place I saw it was Rachel Steven talked about having tarot cards handy, and I don't have any tarot cards, didn't want to pick any of those up. But if any of you guys have the game Dixit or Mysterium, these cards that are used in the game are fantastic. So you can use them for some creative inspiration if you run into, some block and you're just like, not feeling it. Pull some great imagery up and just see what piece of it stands out and see if it can get that creativity going again. Mysterium in particular, which is what this is from, there is a lot of them. So really excited that I remembered that we had that. I believe Dixit is done by the same company. They look very similar in their art. So I'm gonna have those handy. I'm really kind of excited about that. I kind of want to just do some of that, maybe some practice warm-up writing, just using those as prompts. Of course, oh, hello, that's me. Hi. I'll have my little Chromebook here. Love my Chromebook. Oh, look, more garbage for you. Actually, it's not garbage, but that is actually full of wipes. Anyways, I did give you guys a pretty blue backdrop, though. I dumped out all of baby's toys. Let's just be honest. I dumped out all of baby's toys from this bag so that I could have a backdrop so it wasn't just going over my dirty carpet. Anyways, I created a separate profile on here that's just for writing. It has very little allowed on it. It's even got a web page blocker so that I don't accidentally follow some habitual movements and end up opening Facebook or something like that. So that'll be nice and closed off. I'll just have access to Spotify for music, which isn't even my normal Spotify account. I opened up a separate one so that I could more directly just get to the actual music that I want to be listening to and not get derailed easily. And then I think that I'm just going to be writing on Google Docs. It's not my favorite, but it's flexible and I don't have to worry about accidentally not saving something, which right now in my life is just better. Let's go over here. This is probably a little bit different than some people. This is baby stuff because I'm not always going to be able to have perfectly alone time to write, and so just some things to keep baby occupied. Make sure that that's handy. Over here, I've seen different people use essential oils. I use aromatherapy as part of my work, and I had plenty handy, and so I put together a couple oils that I'm hoping will help with any, what's the word I'm looking for? It's my attempt at an essential oil Dramamine replacement. I don't actually want to be taking Dramamine, but there's going to be times where we'll be driving and it'll be nice to have something to strengthen up my nervous system and hopefully help me be able to do a little bit of writing while we're driving. We'll see. Maybe it won't work, but if not, it'll still smell nice. Similar over here, I put together a little blend of two oils that I just really love, jasmine and wild orange. It smells delicious. This is intended to be my little association blend. I have this bracelet that I haven't actually had a chance to use yet. I've had it, I think, since last Christmas. I just don't wear jewelry very often at all, but it's a diffuser bracelet, so you can put oils on it and it will smell like it. And I thought that that would be kind of a fun little ritual to incorporate into my writing this year, and it smells nice, so that's great. Fun. Headphones. I'm definitely a close everything out and don't get distracted headphone kind of person when it comes to writing. I'll maybe use these ones, maybe a different one. I'm not a huge respecter of headphones. So you know how sometimes you have those teachers who you're pretty sure doesn't think anything of you as a person, but says something meaningful about your gifts, your talents. I had a teacher who wrote on one of my papers, "Are you sure you want to be a massage therapist?" He was my writing teacher. I think it was probably English like 101 or something like that. At the time, and I did go on to do this, my plan was to go to massage school so that I'd have something that I could do with a little bit of flexibility on the side as I then pursued other career options or whatever. I don't know. I was like 18. Anyways, I had said as much in class, and he read my paper and thought that I apparently had enough talent that he was curious if I was making the right decision. And that just really meant a lot to me, that he thought it was worth questioning my choice. that said more about what he thought of my actual potential than a, hey, this was well written or whatever. So I have the piece of paper that it's on actually framed in a little frame. I think it's in storage, and I won't have access to it for NaNoWriMo. So this is just my little reminder to just remind me that, like, other people who have no investment in me can see that there's something there that I've got to offer. So it definitely made sure that I haven't put down writing, question myself, or anything like that. Anyways, over here I've got my Kindle. This is mostly just representative. I want to have some reading handy so that if I'm hitting a wall or I need just a break for a few minutes, I can take that break but not get sucked into anything else. My goal is to actually find my book of Robert's Rules of Writing, just because they're short little snippets about writing. It can stir up those, creative juices, but isn't a story that I'm going to get sucked into or anything like that. I just don't know where that book is or if I'll have access to it. I think that it's tucked away in one of the boxes that's coming with us with this move, but I just don't know, and I can't look right now because my baby's asleep. So this is just representative of that. I want to have something handy to read. Over here, I've just got a short write-up of what my opening and closing rituals will be. Cal Newport talks about opening and closing rituals in his book, Deep Work. It's a great book. If you are eager to try and really improve, really focusing in your writing, he goes over a lot of stuff in his book that really changes your perspective about the importance of deep work and what to do to practice that, because it's definitely a skill. And one of the things that he talks about, just one of the tidbits, is opening and closing rituals. So my opening ritual is going to be to oil up. So I'll put the oils on my diffuser bracelet and just get that olfactory cue that I'm going into my writing space, and my opening ritual phrase will be, here we go. And I'll just make that my habit every single time I sit down to write. Oil up and here we go, and then start writing. My closing ritual will be to put any journal jump-in notes down. So what I mean by that is sometimes you might be interrupted in the middle of writing, or you are ready to be done, but you're not in a spot in your book where you're completely done with what you're writing. Maybe it's an unfinished thought, or you have an idea of what you're going to go into next, but you're not actually going to start into it. Having a writing journal where you just put those notes down. I want to head into this scene, and it's important to point out these things, yada, yada, yada. Those things that you only really discover when you're actually writing. It's not in your outline. It's a place to put those thoughts. Or like I said, if you're interrupted in the middle of writing and you just need to stop, you can just take a few minutes. I want to go this route and take care of this thing, and I really want this emphasis here, yada, yada, yada. There are jump-in notes so that you can jump right back in when you get back. And then my closing statement, and this is a sort of an inside joke of my husband, is, I don't blame you. And if any of you guys have played Portal, that is a quote from, baby brain. What's the quote from? What's her name? GLaDOS. No, it's not her. See, baby brain. It's one of the companion cubes. One of the companion cubes no, it's not the companion cube. Oh my gosh. No, it's the little turrets. Oh my gosh, just forgive me. Anyways, they say, I don't blame you after you take them out. And it's just a very final phrase in our house. I don't blame you. So it's my final closing statement, just as something that I don't say in any other situation regularly, but it's a final note, and so that can be my closeout cue. Wow, sorry. Brain much? Okay. And then my final two things here that are going to be utilized is comfortable clothes. I have been living in Texas for a while, and I am not acclimated to the cold weather of the Pacific Northwest. And so I'm gonna have a nice cozy sweatshirt. I really love this one. It's really comfy. I actually bought it for my husband, and I bought it too small, so it's mine now. I'm gonna have that to make sure I stay warm, and then there's a little bit of that uniform aspect. I think that's what this will be, to kind of, again, just be that cue. I'm writing. I've got my sweatshirt handy. These are just representative of having something comfortable to wear that's also something I feel comfortable being active in, because I want to be able to stand up and get some stretches in so that I don't get really stagnant writing. That's representative of that. And then I'm going to have a blanket handy. Probably not this one. This is actually my son's blanket, and it's not super cozy, but we've already packed away a bunch of our blankets that are coming with us. I'm going to have a blanket cozy because, again, I'm not acclimated anymore to the Pacific Northwest, and I don't want to be frigid. So there we go, folks. There is my current Nano survival kit, and I think that will help. Let me know if there's something in here that you think, wow, that's a great idea, I think we're going to incorporate that, or something that you don't see in there that you're like, oh, I love this part of my kit, I totally recommend it. I know a lot of people have food in theirs. I kind of talked about that in my Preptober tag. I'm not going to do food, but lots of water. I'm going to plan on making sure that I'm fed before I start. But here we go. I'm excited to dive in, and it's just days away. Yay! Thanks for checking out my kit. If you haven't already, I'd love to be buddies for NaNoWriMo. My handle is DWSheppard, just like on my author tube. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do so. We might have a little bit of a hiatus in videos as I get through this move, but excited to hop back on and to join all of you guys for NaNoWriMo. See you guys.